Oh, hey, welcome to Roadless TV. How are you? Today, we're going to install this rock hard 4x4 engine skid in our buddy Shooty's 2013 JK. And we'll start as soon as I've popped all these bubbles. So rock hard 4x4 in St. Paul, Nebraska, who we love, we use a lot of their products. They make a couple different skids for the JKs. They make this, which is the oil pan engine skid. They make a skid for the transfer case. They make a skid for the gas tank. And what's most vulnerable on a JK is the engine and the oil pan. You're out wheeling, you get up on a rock, you come down, you hit that, and all of a sudden you've got no engine oil and you're kind of stuck. So very important, put an engine skid, an oil pan skid on, and that's exactly what we're gonna do here. And what's nice is because they sell the different skids, you can put this skid on first, and then if you decide, I wanna put the gas tank skid on, you can put that on. You wanna put the transfer case skid on, you can put that on as well. It's all modular, so you don't have to buy the whole thing at once. You can kind of break it up piece by piece. So we'll get started. All right, so after we've removed the factory transfer case skid, now we're going to move up front and we're going to install the brackets that holds the front side of the oil pan skid from rock hard 4x4. We use the supplied hardware, and this is your motor mount, the motor mount bracket, and there's this slotted hole in the front. Drop your bolt down that's supplied by rock hard 4x4. Passenger side uses this bracket. It's got a bend at each end, nicely powder coated. So we put that through here. We've got a nylock nut. Install that. And we're going to do this all loose. No reason to crank it down at this point because we'll want to have a little bit of adjustment as we're doing it here. All right. So we'll just kind of let that hang and move on to the driver's side. So on the driver's side, use the supplied hardware. You've got this slotted hole. This goes on the rear side. The passenger side went in the front hole. Driver's side goes in the rear. Use the supplied bolt. Kind of snake it through there. Hang it down. Then you've got the bracket. This bracket has a long side and a short side. So long side, short side. And you're going to go short side up and around your drive shaft, and you're going to put another one of the locking nuts on, which this is going to be a pain because control arm's in the way. There we go. All right, so it's on. Once that's tightened up, you'll have plenty of room for your drive shaft moving up and down, and those are your front two brackets right there. All right, the next step to putting the engine skid, the oil pan skid on, we put it on top of a jack. It makes it a lot easier, especially if you're trying to do this by yourself. And we're gonna bring it up and into position, and then you've got a bolt on this side for the driver's side bracket, bolt on this hole on this side for the passenger side. So we'll kind of swing this in to place, jack it up, put the supplied hardware in, the bolts, nuts and bolts to it, and then we'll start working on the rear half of it. All right, so we put this one in first, which I love the way they include these guards here, these rock guards. So if you'd had this bolt in without this guard around it, every rock you hit would destroy this thing. So you'd never be able to get it back off with a ratchet. You'd have to probably cut it off. So they make these guides, so if you hit a rock, it slides right through. We put this one on first just to hold the skid up, because the factory skid is going to mount to these other mounting holes. You got one over here, you've got one in here, and we just put it loose, so we've got some flexibility here. We can move it around a little bit wherever we need to go.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these little kind of raised edges here. This is actually kind of what those flat washers were doing that protect the bolt. This is just the factory version of that. We're not gonna use that, so we're gonna lop these off, kind of just cut along this line right here and make this all flat so this will tuck up between that cross member and the skid plate.
So we pulled the transfer case cross member out, the factory one. We trimmed it with the grinder just a little bit so that it would fit underneath the new rock hard skid. Makes a cleaner transition here, so there's nothing really get hung up on if you've got a rock underneath here or something. And of course it's just going to slide off over these rock guards. So we just need to tighten up the back here.
All right, so we're done putting the skid on, the rock hard 4x4 engine oil pan skid. Went pretty well, pretty easy. Nice protection for the JK. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have a new video for you. Make sure you subscribe. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our Twitter page, Instagram coming soon. And if you have any comments or questions, put them in the comments and questions section below, and we'll put all the wrench sizes, all that kind of stuff in the description as well. See you next time on Roadless TV. We're gonna install, no? What did you do now? Well, I know that.
All right, I think that's it. It's solid as a rock. Get it? Get? All right. Hold on a second. I think I got this up.